Good evening, everybody. A little bit late. As with anything in life, sometimes life does create situations kind of like overwhelms us and takes over. We get distracted. I decided to keep myself busy later on today. But anyway, the topic today is day 10 of 40-day fast. Boredom is louder than hunger. Yep. When we get bored, we tend to shift our direction and we start to snack and then we start to eat. When the body is no longer screaming for food, the mind starts looking for stimulation, just something to do, something to fill that space. And for many of us, food has always been that default. So we eat when we're not hungry, we snack when we're not tired. And we reach for something simply because we don't want to sit in that stillness. Stillness in itself can also become, pretty loud, in a normal day-to-day. So fasting removes all of those type of distractions completely. It leaves you face-to-face with time, with quiet, and with yourself. So quiet is something that Mimi is not too familiar with. I always find myself busy doing something, creating something, reviewing something. So that kind of like helps. At first, this quietness can really feel uncomfortable, but slowly, it's actually liberating. So there is clarity in these empty spaces. There is insight and stillness. That's one thing that I really appreciate about the fasting process. And there is peace when you stop trying to fill every moment. So weight update for the day, we're still sitting at 67. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Initially, when I started this fast, I just felt that the weight was just going down too soon, and you really don't want to do that. So it is kind of like slow down now, which is okay, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow it'll probably be around 66.5. That is my guess, and it will probably, be that way. So yeah. What else can I just tell you? For those that are new, I'm doing a 40-day fast, and the reason why I'm doing it is the second time in 2026 I'm doing it. So I started last year in 2025 January. So it's something that I would like to do every January after all of those December indulgences. I think there's just so much cooking. Look, I do love my cooking, and it is just so nice to be able to invite people or be invited somewhere and be able just to enjoy, without the guilt. And so in my country, December is in summer, and it's one huge celebration. So I really just want to be able to form part of. I do not want to be known as that health person that is excluded from activities and all, and all of that. So I do tend to gain a bit of weight, but the reason for me fasting really it has a lot to do with spirit. It's also a bit emotional. There's a lot of cleansing that takes place. Yesterday, I did promise to give you guys an analogy about servicing your car. So when you buy a car, whether it is under maintenance warranty or not, you have to take it for a service. And I think the latest model cars, it always gives you that indication it is now to take me for a service. So a lot of the services are minor services, maybe changing of oil and that type of stuff. And then you get the major service, and that normally typically becomes quite expensive. They delve in deeper into your vehicle, checking if the engine is still in good health. So they basically just dive in deeper. So how I equate this to my fasting lifestyle, every 3 days of the month, it is normally after, a few days after, let's just say 3 days after the last weekend of every week, I embark on a 72-hour water fast, similar to what I'm doing right now. So I embark on a 72-hour one. What I'm doing now, it is for 40 days. So for me, this is the minor service, because even in 72 hours, you do get into autophagy. I've described what autophagy is in my previous videos, where the cells are basically replenished. All of those dead cells, they just get consumed by the body. It's like some people refer to autophagy as the body eating itself. You definitely get into autophagy. So I do that really every single month, for the 72 hours. Now, what is happening right now for the 40 days is what I would call a major service. So this takes resolve, real resolve. This is not for the faint at heart. I mean, I know people that would not even dare fast for a day, let alone 48 hours, let alone 72 hours. But I do believe my journey over the past 2.5 so years has really strengthened me, and my resolve has been really reinforced. And for those that may not know, and if I may repeat the story, my mother died at the age of 57 from breast cancer. I do believe that a lot of metabolic diseases can be prevented by a changing of our lifestyle. It is the awareness that is really important in order to embark on a healthier lifestyle. And I am not looking for a diet. It is a lifestyle that I seek. So I'm very much aware now and ask myself a question every single time when I do consume something. Is it bringing life to me, or is it taking life away from me? We know that sugars are now embedded in so many of the foods that we get at the department stores. So I typically tend to avoid packaged foods. I avoid them. There's probably preservatives. Some of the preservatives you cannot even pronounce. And a friend of mine once told me, if you cannot pronounce it, don't eat it. I really stick by that. It is the whole foods. Typically when you walk in, depending on the layout of your supermarket, some supermarkets are at the back, some supermarkets are on the right, some are on the left. But that area that is full of fruit, vegetables, meat, that's where life lives. So, and some people have actually done an analysis to say that more than 70% of food in department stores are actually not even fit for human consumption. We actually need that 30%, the vegetables and the fruits and the fresh meat and fish and all of that, which actually just makes sense. But what is also important is when we talk about healthy food, it does not have to be bland food. So I always say, learn how to cook, learn how to prep. Where people actually lose it, particularly when you start working, when you are cooking food, always cook extra for the following day so that you can take a lunch box to work. So, because if you don't do that, you end up just falling for the snack lady in your office that's selling every bad snack that there is under the sun. So, but if you prepped and you bring your own food, so that temptation immediately you have removed it away. So prepping is absolutely important. So I support that. Cooked meals, take it home, because the reliance on takeaway foods also are problematic, and we know there's so much preservatives that go in there. Ever since I actually started my fasting lifestyle, I've stopped fast food. I've just stopped it because my body actually negatively, in fact violently reacts to some of these foods. I've had that experience maybe 3 times. That's when I made a call: thou shalt not consume processed foods from quick service, restaurants, fast foods, whatever it is that you're going to call them, because there's just so many ingredients, preservatives, in order for them to retain the integrity of that product. So I stay away from that at all. So fasting lifestyle, my body's cleansed. I can almost predict its reaction when I consume something. I can almost predict it. So, and one other advice, what you want to do is, because you don't want to graze, because we are not cows, we are humans. Cows are the ones with their head down the entire day grazing. So that notion of eating less more often, it is actually not beneficial at all, because what it does, you you spend the entire day with an elevated, a blood sugar level. And you don't want that at all, And then that's how people quickly become insulin resistant, and obviously eventually that leads to diabetes. So, but more on that, I think, in the next episodes, to come, giving you feedback. But yeah, one thing that you will find as time goes on, clarity of skin and all of that type of stuff. So on that note, just a reminder, I published a book a couple of years ago. It is called Revitalized. I am just detailing my weight loss journey in 2023 that I undertook, what it is that I did. I believe storytelling is important because sometimes stories, people can relate more to stories in terms of, unlike just theory and theory all the time. So with that be said, if you know anyone that will be interested in understanding about fasting, just encourage them to join the channel, subscribe and like, so that we can just improve, the quality that we do provide on this channel. On that note, we will see you tomorrow.